not need it at all. Let's just have a really great game, hopefully a brilliant result, and then we can all go home and not have to worry about any repercussions of anything. But I know you'll do that because you're brilliant. Pat, before you go on air, because I know we can't keep you too much longer, Chelsea, of course, first game of the season. You sort of knew this would be one the TV would want because of the connection with Frank and Chelsea. It's, you know, two big Premier League teams as well. Do you think Everton will be feeling fairly confident? Because let's face it, the Blues have got a decent, you know, run against Chelsea here at Goodison. We all remember the ball boy.
Well, I can tell you from that other part of my career, the time I spend down at Chelsea and still do sometimes, they worry sick every time they come to Goodison Park. Everton are known as Chelsea's bogey team, so there will be concerns there. I just really hope it's a really good game and both teams step up to the plate a little bit. It's not been brilliant for either team really in pre-season, but pre-season actually means nothing. What happens today is the most important part, and you get a really good start. So hopefully both teams can play well. We'll get a really exciting game. I'm not even going to, if you ask what I think the score's going to be, I'm not going to answer it. I'm just happy that a certain game down at Fulham went a certain way today.
It was 2-2, if you don't know. Pat, it's been brilliant having the fan zone. Will you come back next time you're working here and come and see us?
Hey, I'll come back every single time I ask. Good to see you all again and good luck for today and the rest of the season.
He's more than welcome. Big cheer for Pat Nevin there. Make sure you buy his book as well, The Accidental Footballer. Brilliant. Little plug for you there. Yeah, we were talking about pre-season. I'll tell you what was good last Friday. Were any of you here at Goodison for last Friday's game against Dynamo Kyiv? We're going to go through the highlights now because, of course, it was a good win for the Blues. So take a look at the big screen.
Tarkowski looking for Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin gets ahead and scores a goal. James Tarkowski with an assist 4 minutes into his Goodison Park debut. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin had the wherewithal to guide it over the goalkeeper. And Everton leads 1-0.
So fine, she's the best girl that I ever had. Sometimes you're gonna make me feel so bad.
Dwight McNeil, what have you got? Here's Dwight McNeil running up the Kyiv defence, pulls the trigger. Oh, what a goal! That's what he's got. That's what Dwight McNeil is all about. He's arrived on the scene in a royal blue jersey. He finds the bottom corner. 2-0. What a goal. Welcome to Everton, Dwight McNeil. Vinagre now. Portuguese substitute. He gets the cross in. And Dwight McNeil scores again with a header. 2 goals for Dwight McNeil. An assist for Ruben Vinagre. It doesn't get better than this. Everton 3, Dynamo Kyiv 0.
She got love like quicksand. Only took one touch of her hand. Blow my mind and I'm in so deep that I can't eat y'all and I can't sleep.
Welcome to Goodison Park. If you are just arriving, the fan zone is back up and running after what feels like forever, doesn't it? But it's so good to see so many of you here today. Can we get another fan zone cheer? Brilliant. We've got the team news for you straight away now, straight out the changing room, so we can bring it to you here on the big screen. So here we go. I want to hear a massive cheer for each of your players today. Here we go then. This is how Everton line up today. Number 1, Jordan Pickford. Number 2, James Tarkowski. Number 3, Nathan Patterson. Number 7, Dwight McNeil. Number 10, Anthony Gordon. Number 11, Damari Gray. Number 13, Yerry Mina. Number 16, Abdoulaye Doucouré. Number 17, Alex Iwobi. Number 19, Vitaly Mikolenko. And number 22, Ben Godfrey. That is your starting 11 for Everton today. This is Everton's substitutes. Number 15, Asmir Begovic. Number 4, Mason Holgate. Number 5, Michael Keane. Number 6, Alan. Number 20, Deli. Number 25, Jean-Philippe Gabamin. Number 29, Ruben Vinagre. Number 51, Lewis Warrington. And number 56, Stanley Mills. So there you go. That is how Everton are lining up today. We've also got Chelsea's starting 11 for you. Number 16, Edouard Mendy. Number 5, Jorginho. Number 6, Thiago Silva. Number 7, N'Golo Kante. Number 17, Raheem Sterling. Number 19, Mason Mount. Number 21, Ben Chilwell. Number 24, Reece James. Number 26, Kalidou Koulibaly. And number 28, Cesar Azpilicueta. And number 29, Kai Havertz. That is how Chelsea... Oh, we like that. So, of course, head coach Thomas Tuchel, there you go. There's some familiar faces there, aren't there, on the bench for Chelsea. We've got Kepa, Mateo Kovacic, number 10, Christian Pulisic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Trevor Chalobah, number 18, Rox Barkley, someone who's known here. Ziyech, Kennedy and Lewis Baker make up the substitutes for Chelsea this afternoon. We're going to have a chat to some of you now, I think, and find out what you think about the team news today. We've got Danny as well. I want to introduce Danny. He's our sign language interpreter, making sure everybody can enjoy the fan zone, quite rightly so. Right, we've got Emily here with our roving microphone. Who are we going to chat to about the team news? You guys here, you've been here a while. I like to get people who turn around and walk away. So, yeah, just putting your head down doesn't mean you'll get away with it. Hello, sir. What's your name?
Jimmy.
Jimmy, welcome to the fan zone. I tell you what, let's give Jimmy a cheer. Brilliant. What do you make of the starting lineup today, and who are you excited to see? Are you excited to see some of the new lads today lining up?
I'm excited to see my brother from the States.
You're excited to see your brother from the States?
Plus, I'm 60 today. It's my birthday.
And you're 60 today? Oh, right. I'm sorry. We might have to sing happy birthday to Jimmy. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to
Oh,
me.
big cheer for Jimmy. And how long is it since you've seen your brother as well? Because obviously
7 years.
7 years, and you've met back up in the fan zone. I love it. Are you a big Evertonian over in the States? Did you get to see the Blues when they were there this summer?
Well, I have to get up at 7 o'clock every morning to watch it.
To watch them,
Los
yeah.
Angeles, so.
Because of the
It's
time
either
difference.
4 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning.
Either 4. Well, at least you're here on normal time. You could have a lie-in today. Jimmy, then, what do you make of the starting lineup? Obviously, we know it was a bit of a big blow over DCL, but is there enough in there to go and beat Chelsea today?
Tough.
Positivity now.
Oh, it's a tough Chelsea side, but I'm quite positive. Well, you've got to be positive.
Absolutely. And how are you liking Frank Lampard as the new manager?
Love him. Love him.
Love him.
Everything he's doing, everything is what we want to aspire to. We want to be up there challenging. We don't want to be down there like last season.
Oh, no. Don't want that
My
again.
heart could not take it. Can't take it no more.
No, I don't think anyone wants to go through that again. Not at all. Jimmy, you have a wonderful birthday.
I will.
Enjoy the company of your brother. And yeah,
3
how long are you
points.
staying for? 3 points for Jimmy's birthday, just for you. I'll see what I can do. I'll put a call in
Take
to
care.
Frank right now. Thank you. I tell you what, should we talk to you young guys here? Who's your favourite? What's your name, first of all, and who's your favourite player?
Noah, and my favourite player is Gordon.
Anthony Gordon. He's cool, isn't he? Do you think he might be able to score against Chelsea today?
I'm saying he's going to get 2.
You're saying
He's going to get 2.
he's going to get 2. What do you think about a score prediction then?
2-1 Everton.
Brilliant. Okay, what about your mates here? What's your name and how old are you?
I'm Rory, I'm 10.
What's your score prediction?
1-0 Everton.
1-0 Everton. Only needs 1 goal, doesn't it? Who's going to score it?
McNeil.
McNeil, yeah, he was cool last week, wasn't he? Coming on and getting 2, so brilliant. Anyone else want to give us a score prediction? Yeah, you, sir. What's your name?
Eric.
Who's your favourite player?
Who's my favourite? Oh, God.
Can be from any time. It doesn't have to be the current crop. Who's your favourite ever Everton player?
Best player I've ever seen. Probably Sheedy here.
Brilliant. And
I'll
what's
say
your score
Sheedy, yeah.
prediction today?
I was there throughout the 80s. Unbelievable.
Brilliant. So what do you think about Chelsea?
Well, I'm surprised Dele Alli isn't in.
Yeah? He could come off the bench, though, be the super sub.
Yeah, he could, but you've got to go positive to start off with. I don't. There's no focal points up front, so I don't really get that. But I think if Frank could shake hands now and walk away 0-0, he'd be happy. That's what it looks like to me.
Yep.
I'll
okay.
put Dele Alli up and just work around him. But he's got a
I
load
still
of women
think he
runners.
might come off the bench and
Yeah,
score.
well, but 5 at the back, I'm not keen on that. But whatever. Yeah, I understand why he's doing it. Going to put points on the board. But I thought he'd be a bit more positive. But I would say, I don't know. I don't know who's going to score.
Go on, positivity. I tell you what.
0-0.
We like it. 0-0. Oh, my goodness me. No, we want a bit more than that. I tell you what, we'll come back to you in a minute. I know you want to chat to us. We're just going to speak to a journalist now to get a little bit about what we can expect from Chelsea today. So you, young man, stay there. I'll come back to you very quickly in the fan zone soon. If we head back onto the stage here, I think I'm joined now. Do you like the new fan zone, by the way? We've got a fancy new stage and everything. It's a lot nicer, isn't it? Here we go. I'm sorry, you've just been thrown immediately on stage. It's Scott Trotter, isn't he? Whereabouts are you from then? Because you're our kind of guest journalist.
Yeah, so just from down in London.
Down in London. So obviously you're here to cover Chelsea today. So first of all, who should we be looking out for? Who's going to be the danger man for Everton in that Chelsea lineup today?
Yeah, I think Raheem Sterling obviously making his debut for Chelsea today. That's the player Chelsea are going to be looking to this season. He's going to have a big responsibility, I think. They've got a lot of wingers who perhaps haven't done it in the last few years. So, yeah, they'll be expecting big things from him.
OK. And, it seems a bit strange, I suppose, does it, for Chelsea fans? Frank Lampard in the opposition bench, such a legend. But I tell you what, the Evertonians don't want to give him up, do you? You want to keep Frank. You're not having him back.
Yeah, and I think we saw what happened in the last game at Goodison Park as well. As obviously Everton put on a really good display against Chelsea. And with the Chelsea's record here, I think they'll really need to step up today.
Yeah, I think we're just having an issue with your mic, so we're going to use mine from now on as well. So obviously Thomas Tuchel, has he had a successful summer in the transfer market, would you say? Because, we've seen clubs doing business, but I think it has been quite hard so far for people. I know obviously he's brought Sterling in, but has he had a successful summer so far?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of pressure on Chelsea this summer, obviously with the new owners coming in. But they've signed Koulibaly, they've signed Sterling, Cucurella obviously came in yesterday. So they've spent a lot of money, and I think a lot has been said about Chelsea perhaps falling away this season or having a tough time, but they've bought good players, so I think there should be high expectations still, really.
What's the, target for Chelsea this season? As you say, they fell away last season when it looked they were kind of in the mix. Is it top 4? Do they want to go for, a title race? Is that where they want to hang on there maybe and stay in it as long as they can? Or is it a top 4 finish?
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of patience about how we see Chelsea kind of take on this season, but at the same time, I don't think Chelsea ever go into a season not wanting to win something, whether that be the cup competition or the Premier League. Obviously, City have set such an incredible rate in the last few seasons, but yeah, I think they'll go for it for as long as they can, and then there's still going to be patience there if things don't quite pan out like that.
Something we have seen in recent seasons, which the fan zone have obviously loved, is the fact that, Chelsea don't have a great record when they come to Goodison. Is that something that, Thomas Tuchel gets questioned about beforehand? And how do Chelsea fans feel about coming here to Goodison Park?
I think there will be some apprehension. As you say, last kind of season continued that record, and the atmosphere that the Everton fans do bring is another element to add. I think a lot of people do want to see Chelsea get off to a winning start this season, but that is always in the back of the mind from journalists and supporters alike. And yeah, I think both teams are in a really interesting spot coming into the season as well, perhaps not knowing what to expect for the full season. So yeah, there's a lot riding on today, really.
Brilliant. Well, we really appreciate your time in the fan zone. So thank you very much. That's Scott Trotter there. Give him a big round of applause, just giving us a little bit of an idea about what we can expect this afternoon. And yeah, definitely, I suppose Chelsea do see Everton as a really tough test because we know what's happened and, let's hope it happens again. Of course, the fan zone's working slightly differently now. We love it. We're able to cross inside to Goodison, pitch side, which is fantastic. So we'll go back over to the lovely Sarah Halpin, who is pitch side at the moment.
I am absolutely delighted to be joined by Giles now, who's come all the way from Singapore. He's part of Everton's official Singapore Supporters Club. Easy for you to say, clearly. That's got me a bit tongue-tied today, hasn't it? Yeah. Well, Giles, thank you so much for joining me. How does it feel to be here at Goodison Park for the season opener against Chelsea? Yeah, absolute dream. I've never been to a first game of the season before. It's been a few years since I was here last, so yeah, I've got frog in my throat just looking at the stadium here. Can't wait. It's yeah, going to be a great day, beautiful blue sky, and yeah, start the season against Chelsea as well, Frank's old team, so there's going to be a little bit of a grudge there, so really looking forward to it. Absolutely, it's going to be a tasty one, and of course Chelsea, you know, we played them towards the end of last season in a really crunch time for Everton. We were 1-0 victors that day in a massive occasion. The fans were incredible. We can see the stage is set. We've got all these amazing flags. I think it's going to be another one today where Goodison is rocking, isn't it? I'm predicting a 1-0 win in a similar sort of light. That energy in that game was just amazing. I felt it watching on the telly back in Singapore, and I can tell that it's going to be the same type of atmosphere now, just with it all building, and we've still got a couple of hours till kick-off. So yeah, it's just, it's giving me shivers. Oh, amazing, can't wait. It was just the whole energy last season, the last few games as well, with all the blue smoke out down the Goodison Road. It was just shows what we're about as a club. And it's just like, yeah, it's in your heart, it's in your fabric. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely, I love what you said before to us off camera. Fabric since '85. First game was it 1990, and you mentioned a certain hero over here. Duncan Ferguson was playing that day, and up to Duncan Ferguson things. Yeah, he was. Yeah, but now, I mean, he was just a beast at the time. So obviously, I was in awe of watching him then, when you know it was. At his height for Everton, really, and yeah, it was a header as well, towering header from a left wing cross. So yeah, still got memories of that game, and managed to get to Goodison a few times since, but not so many times. So this is definitely going to go down in the memories as well. This 2022. I was on the fan wall here during the COVID lockdown 3 times. Wow. So I was sort of here 3 times in the last couple of years. But other than that, no, yeah, just look at it, beautiful. Beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. And just tell us quickly as well, Giles, how it is that you managed to get here. It's because of the World Cup, isn't it, in Qatar? Time changes that you were actually able to make it here today to be here for this one. Yeah, I'm a teacher, so I'm in my school summer holidays. And luckily, because of the World Cup happening in November, December, the season is a week earlier than normal. So I'm actually going back to Singapore next week, Wednesday, because I've got to start school the following Monday. So had it not been brought forward by that week, then I wouldn't have had a chance to be here. So it's just dream coming true. Dream come true. Well, that's a good thing about the Winter World Cup this time. Giles, what do you think about the game today? Obviously, we know Chelsea are an exceptional side. Tuchel's a brilliant manager, but so is our Frank against his former club as well. We've done well against them in recent games at Goodison. We've won the last few. Do you think we can do that again today? I think we can. I think it's quite clear that we're going to have 3 at the back with the two wide wing backs. I think they're going to be crucial as wingers, basically. And yeah, I think we're going to be able to spread the game. We keep it tight in the middle. Obviously, we're a little bit light up front, but hopefully we can play between the lines rather than do the long ball. And like I said earlier, I reckon 1-0. I get a feeling 1-0. What, second half? Halfway through second half, that'd be perfect. Brilliant. Well, Giles, thank you so much, and to everybody watching in Singapore, it's brilliant to have one of yours here at Goodison Park. So hopefully it'll be all smiles after the game. Let's throw it back to Giulia at the fan zone. Up the toffees. Up the toffees.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sarah. That's Sarah Halpin, who is going to be doing all the stuff inside Goodison ahead of every game for us while we stay in the fan zone. It means we do not miss a thing. We can bring you every single thing that is going on now right across the whole of Goodison Park, which is brilliant. It's now time for Higher or Lower. It's the chance to win a programme for our runner-up, and then we've also got a matchday programme and a tour of Goodison Park for 2 people. So it's well worth having a go. And I've got 2 very young contestants, but I think they're going to be helped out a little bit. So first of all, I'll tell you what, we'll go with you. What's your name and how old are you?
Billy, and I'm 13.
Billy, and you're 13. Who's your favourite Everton player, out of interest?
Rondon.
Rondon. Wasn't expecting that, but, you know, to each their own. All right, Billy, we're going to find out who you're playing against. And this might be our youngest ever contestant.
Dwight
Bless him. What's your name, sweetheart?
I'm Jasper, and I want Dwight McNeil to score a hat-trick.
You're Jasper, and you want Dwight McNeil to score a hat-trick. Well, if he does, we'll have a word, and we'll make sure he dedicates it to you. How old are you, Jasper?
I'm at 5.
You're 5. Too cute. All right, I think, Dad, you're going to help a little bit with higher or lower. Jasper, you're going to go second. We're going to start with Billy. Is that okay? You're going to give it a go. All right, so all you have to do is look at the big screen. Fan zone, they're both out as well. Okay, so let's get your first one for higher or lower, Billy, onto the big screen here. Feel free to help him out. Here we go. Okay, so we're going for the most Premier League appearances. So our starting card is Seamus Coleman on 329 Premier League appearances. But do you think Tim Cahill is higher or lower? Fan zone, are we going higher or lower for Tim Cahill?
Lower.
Oh, they're all saying low. You don't have to go with them. They have been known to be wrong. You're saying lower?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, we'll see. Billy's saying lower. Is Tim Cahill lower on Premier League appearances than Seamus Coleman? Let's have a look. Oh, well done. He is lower, 226 appearances.
Oh.
All right, so you got 1 point on the board. All right, then, your next card, bit of a hero, Leighton Baines. Yep.
One of my favourite players.
One of your favourite players. Yeah. Right, let's get this right. Fan zone, help Billy out. What do we think? Is Leighton Baines higher or lower?
Higher.
Okay, they're all saying higher. You seem quite sure. If he's one of your favourite players, you probably know this.
Yeah.
All right, we're saying higher. Let's take a look. Is Leighton Baines higher on the most Premier League appearances? Here we go. Yes, he is. 348. Brilliant. Well done, Fan Zone. Well done, Billy. Brilliant. Oh, these are mean. These are mean. All right, Tim Howard is the next card. I'm going to throw it out. Fan Zone, what do you think? Lower. Oh, you see, this is why it's so mean. No one knows.
They've been right all the time, so I'm going to stick with lower.
You're going with lower. So you think lower than Leighton Baines' 348 appearances. All right, let's take a look. Fingers crossed for you, Billy. Here we go. What is Tim Howard's appearances? Oh, you see, we said it was mean. I'll have a word with who makes these cards because it is mean.
Oh, come on.
So close. All right, don't worry. You've got another go to get a point here. We're going Duncan Ferguson. They're telling me they are listening who make these cards. I don't care. You can listen all you want. They're mean. Tim Howard had 354 appearances. Duncan Ferguson. What are we going, Fan Zone? Help him out.
Lower.
He says he was always injured. Lower.
Lower. I'm going to say lower.
You're going to say lower. All right, then. Let's say is Duncan Ferguson lower on the Premier League appearances than Tim Howard. Let's have a look for you. Yes. 239 appearances. Brilliant. Okay. Right. Joseph Yobo, what are you saying? Fan Zone again. A bit tricky, this one. What do you think? Are you going higher or lower? That's just in the middle. What's that mean? Higher. You're just dancing.
Lower.
You're saying lower. Okay. You seem quite sure. Let's have a look. Here we go. Yes. Oh, well done.
Close.
Absolutely brilliant. I think I made that. You got 4 points. Brilliant. So Billy is currently on 4 points. Let's give him a big round of applause. Great job. Great job. All right. Little Jasper, are you ready for your go? Do you want to come where you can see the big... I mean, it's a very big screen for you, isn't it? Because you're only little. Here we go. I think Dad's going to help you. Fan Zone, you're going to help Jasper as well. Bless him. He probably won't know who half these players are. You're only 5. Here we go then. Let's get your first card up on the big screen for you. Here we go. Okay, we're starting with Jordan Pickford on 180 Premier League appearances. Is Kevin Campbell higher or lower? You've probably got no idea who Kevin Campbell is. So Fan Zone, help him out. What are you all saying? Oh, even Billy's help. all saying higher, but it's up to you. Do you want to ask your dad, what does he think?
Higher.
You're saying?
Higher.
Higher. Okay, Jasper says higher for Kevin Campbell. Let's have a look for you. Here we go. Is it higher than 180? Oh, don't worry. We've still got plenty of cards. It was lower, 149 Premier League appearances. Okay, your next card is Phil Neville. Do you know who Phil Neville is?
Higher.
Oh, doesn't even matter. Doesn't even need your help anymore, fans. He is that convinced that Phil Neville is higher on Premier League appearances. Let's have a look. Is it more than 149? That's what we need to look for. Yes. 242. Brilliant. You've got a point. Okay, Phil Jagielka. Oh, I'll tell you what, that's a mean one again, isn't it? Okay, there's somebody up there saying, you're saying higher. Up.
Higher.
Higher. Wow. Okay. I think he's really sure, aren't you, Jasper? You're saying higher. Okay, do you all agree, fan zone? All right, let's have a look. We need Phil Jagielka to have made more than 242 appearances. 322. Brilliant. You're on 2 points. Okay, so Billy still leads 4-2. Oh. Who has made these cards? This is mean. Right, Leon Osman. What do we think, fan zone? Help him out. Do you think it's higher or lower than Phil Jagielka?
Higher.
Oh, they're not sure. What do you... Yeah, we'll go with what you say, Jasper.
Higher.
You're saying higher again. Okay. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Leon Osman, is it higher? Wow. Okay. It is 4-3. So I know there's lots of groans here because he's had the worst cards going here, bless him. All right, David Unsworth. Is it higher or lower than 352 that Aussie made? What are you saying?
Lower.
Fan zone? They're saying lower.
Lower.
You're saying lower as well? Yeah? Are you happy with that?
Lower.
He's not even asking Dad anymore, is he? He's just going for it.
Lower.
Lower. Here we go. Let's have a look. Is Jasper right? And this will draw it. Brilliant. All right, well, it does mean we've got a tie. But I've got a tiebreaker question. So come here, the pair of you. We're going to have a tiebreaker question. I'm going to take the closest answer. If you were going to go travelling now to Stamford Bridge, what are the miles between Goodison Park and Chelsea's ground, Stamford Bridge? So if you give me, we'll just take the closest answer. I know neither of you drive, so that probably doesn't help, does it? Oh, no Googling, no Googling. I can see you. Go on then. Billy, what do you think? How many miles? What are you going for? The distance between the two grounds?
I'll go 120.
120. Jasper, again, it's very difficult for you because I don't think you drive. Do you have a driving licence?
200.
What are you saying, darling?
200.
200? I can say you're absolutely spot on. Absolutely brilliant. Billy, I'm not going to let you go home empty-handed. I've got you a match day programme. So here you go. Here's your match day programme. There you go. And what is fantastic, let's hear it for Billy. And also a big round of applause for Jasper, who's only 5. That is your tour in there. So give it to Dad for 2 people at Goodison Park. So you can have your photograph taken in the changing room and everything. So whose place would you like to have a picture taken at in the changing room? Dwight McNeil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dwight
awesome.
McNeil.
Any of them. Brilliant. Well, you have a great time at Goodison Park
I will.
on your special tour.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you, Billy and Jasper. How cute. So cute. As I say, now we've got all the ground covered on a fan zone because we can keep going back inside to Sarah Halpin. So we're going to go back inside, and I think she is with a bit of an Everton legend. Sarah.
Welcome back to Everton Live. I am delighted to be joined by one of the finest to ever wear that royal blue, Kevin Ratcliffe. Thank you so much for joining us here today. How much are you looking forward to this one today?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's building up outside, which is you know, that momentum really that you need, and if it's coming from the supporters, then hopefully the players take that forward as well onto the pitch. But if we finish like we did at the end of the season, maybe not that hair raising, but you know, listen to that. I mean, that is just a tremendous atmosphere out there, and it's yeah, let's get the match going.
Let's get the match going. And Kevin, of course, you know better than almost anyone on this planet how important these fans are, how passionate these fans are. You've played in front of them at Goodison Park for many a year. And, you know, that was just exceptional towards the end of the season, what the fans did. We want to see that carried through to this season too, don't we?
Yeah, you don't get it too often at home. Away from home, you know, back in the 80s, we had it a lot, you know, especially in the FA Cup runs to start it off, and then obviously on the European journey and everything. Our support away from home was fantastic. But to carry that on now, this season, from the home games that we had, where they were just... I think we were just talking before, you know, what would have happened if they weren't behind us. But all of a sudden, I think the crowd realised that we needed something. We needed something to get us over that line, and it was them. It was them that got us over the line. There's no doubt about it. OK, yeah, the players in the end can take all the plaudits and everything, but we're a football club that shouldn't be in that position.
And we don't want to be in that position again. And it is certainly nice to be here today. It feels like there's a lot less pressure on this today. It was tough for all of us last season. But as you said, those fans, you know, really pulled the team through. And do you think those players, the new signings we've made as well, they must be, you know, rubbing their hands together, thinking, get me in front of these fans?
I think a few of the players from last year are very surprised in what, you know, what happened. You know, especially players that have come into the club in the last year or two. The players that have been here for maybe a year or two know what it's about. They still wouldn't have experienced anything like that last year or anything like today outside. But it's what the club expects, isn't it? You know, you're expected as a player to turn out and give 100%. I think that's the least you can actually do for any football club, never mind Everton Football Club. Any football club, as a professional footballer, all you've got to do is go out there and give 100%. And I think you've seen that sometimes you might not be the best player in the world, but if you give 100%, these fans get behind you.
Absolutely, Kev. You know what we're like. Flying tackles going in. We just want to see the players give everything and get stuck in. Like Dave Hickson said, you know, he'd have broke any bone in his body for any club he played for, but he would have died for Everton. And that's just what we expect, isn't it?
Yeah, most probably a few bones of his own as well. Yeah, I mean, it's look, I'm looking forward to this season. It can't be any worse than what it was last season, let's put it that way. But let's be optimistic this year and think that, you know, a little bit more strengthening before the transfer deadline sort of comes about, then, you know, we're in a better position. You know, you look last year and, you know, in the years gone by, you're looking at the bench and there's nothing really coming off the bench that's going to change anything that we've got. Now we're building a bit of a squad that maybe, you know, it's a little bit more stronger in depth on the bench, so something can happen if it's not quite going your way.
Yeah, definitely. And just on those new signings as well, Kev, I've got to speak to you about James Tarkowski. I'm sure you'll probably be quite a big fan of his. Dwight McNeil and Ruben Vinagre as well. What do you make of the incoming so far?
Yeah, look, they're an improvement on our side. That's the most important thing. I always think it doesn't matter which football club you're at, if you're in the Premier League or the third or second division, the players that you bring in have got to be better than what you've got. Always. And it doesn't matter if you're Everton Football Club or you're Crewe Alexandra. Them players have got to be better. And have we seen that in the past? Maybe not. Hopefully these players come in. Tarkowski, he looks as if he's been given a little bit of responsibility as being a leader. They're calling him a leader. Hopefully he is that leader that we are missing at the back. Because I do think we've been missing that, especially in the centre-back position, that we don't know which centre-backs are going to be playing. You know, how many times we have different, not just formations, but different pairings, different threes. So it'd be nice to think that we're going to be building a team, especially at the back around him.
Definitely, and hopefully another clean sheet as well. Obviously, last time around, Richarlison was the goal scorer. We won 1-0. We won previously in the game previous to that against Chelsea as well. Can we make it another one on the bounce and get the win here today?
Well, we've always done well against Chelsea here, haven't we? So hopefully we keep that good fortune going and we can get the result that we want to start the season. You know, anything can happen. I mean, just look at the game today, Fulham v Liverpool. Fulham, first half, were just absolutely fantastic. And I think maybe taking Liverpool by a bit of surprise. So hopefully we can take Chelsea and, you know, take it from there. But it's a long season, isn't it? Look where we were at the start of last season.
We're glad to be here, aren't we?
We're glad, well, end of the season, definitely. I went away. I wasn't that optimistic. But I'm more optimistic this year, I must admit.
Absolutely, that's what we want to see. Plenty of optimism and hopefully a good start to the season for the Blues. Thank you so much, Kev. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Cheers, guys. Up the Toffees.
Thank you to Sarah there and Kevin Ratcliffe inside. We'll be going back inside, pitch side, a little later on in the fan zone. Of course, we were saying with Pat Nevin before, weren't we? And also the Chelsea reporter that actually this fixture has always been quite a good one, hasn't it, in recent years? We've enjoyed the day out against Chelsea. So we're going to take a look now at some of the highlights of previous fixtures between Everton and Chelsea.
Thiago's been caught in possession. Chance here for Everton! Taken by Richarlison! What a massive goal! Chelsea punished a minute into the second half. Don't you say it. There you go, some highlights there. Previous meetings against Chelsea. Let's hope later on tonight we've got a few more to add to that highlight reel as well. How good is it having the fan zone back? Give us a cheer, fan zone. Absolutely brilliant. It has been a long time coming, hasn't it, to have the fan zone back. So, yeah, thank you so much for your company this afternoon. We're going to still bring you the latest from inside Goodison on the big screen here in the fan zone. So, yeah, it doesn't end here, but thanks so much. We'll be back again in 2 weeks' time for the game against Notts Forest. Remember, we'll have all the usuals. We'll have some special guests, some Blues legends joining us, and higher or lower as well. So if you want to go on that, make your way to the front next time as well on when we're about to do higher or lower, and we'll get you on as our contestants. Yeah, thank you so much for your company. Thanks to Pat Nevin as well, who joined us a little earlier. We know he's really busy. He had to go and get on live radio, so thank you so much. Thank you for your company. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you make loads of noise when you are inside Goodison today, especially for the new lads that are starting for the first time in the Premier League today with their Everton shirts on. As well, just a little reminder, stay in your seats at the end. Don't be going on the pitch. Don't be throwing anything onto the pitch. We wouldn't want to get anyone in trouble. So, yeah, no need for it. Just cheer from your seats. Thank you so much for your company. We're now going to go back inside because I think Sarah is with another former Everton player, Ronnie Goodless. So, Sarah, over to you.
Delighted to be joined pitchside by our very own Ronnie Goodless. We're going to take a look through Everton and Chelsea starting 11. Ronnie, thank you for joining us. Happy to be back?
Great, Sarah, yeah, lovely. You know, we've had the break. Now it's business time. We've had a good pre-season, but as I say, it's great to be back. I mean, you've seen the flags, the supporters. It took me about an hour to get in. Everyone's on a high, and again, hopefully, it's not all doom and gloom. You know, we've got to take the positives. We know certain players, and we'll go through it. They'll be missing, but we've got to be saying about the ones that are on the pitch. We've got to be positive. We've got to go out, and you know, the crowd play their part. The players have got to do, and hopefully today we can get off to a great start.
Absolutely, that's what we want. Well, we have got the team news, and of course we knew in advance that there was going to be no Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but perhaps a couple of surprises that it is Anthony Gordon that's going to play up top for Everton today. So the team: Pickford, James Tarkowski, Nathan Patterson, Dwight McNeil, Anthony Gordon, Damari Gray, Yerry Mina, Abdoulaye Doucouré, Alexander Iwobi, Vitaly Mikalenko and Ben Godfrey. So it is Gordon. What do you make of that up top?
Well, it is, again, we're a bit short, but you've done it obviously with McNeil coming in, and you've got the likes of Damari Gray, but I think Anthony Gordon deserves it. You know his energy, and you know, it's a position of game which, you know, when you're a young player, if the manager's got faith in you, he puts you in a different position. You seem to raise to it. And as I say, what a great game for him to play against, you know, a Chelsea back line with Silva and those type of players. But Dele Alli, obviously, I think was in a lot of the supporters' minds who'd start. But as I say, he's on the bench. We've got options there if it's not quite going right. But as I say, give him a chance. And we need energy today. We need something where, you know, put Chelsea on the back foot. They're a quality team, obviously, but, you know, I think it's a good time as well to play them. You know, they've lost Rudiger, Christensen's gone. They've got a few new players who've come back into the team. We've got a few new players. Tarkowski, for me, looks like he's been here for 10 years. So we've got that bit of steel at the back, a little bit of know-how. And that McNeil on the left-hand side, not saying he's in the wingers club, but obviously being a winger and a left footer myself, yep, he'll do me. And he's shown in a brief cameo role against Kiev that he can create and score goals. And as I say, what a great opportunity for the lads to go out. And as I say, if we get 3 points today, it'll be fabulous.
Oh, it would be absolutely fantastic. And as you mentioned there, Tarkowski looks solid at the back, looks like he's been here forever. And Dwight McNeil, as you said, you talked about high energy. He comes on against Dynamo Kiev, bags himself a couple of goals, looks comfortable with the ball, looks like he wants to be on the ball, carry the ball, have a go. You know, that goal that he scored with his left foot, as you said, he drove at the defence, didn't he, and had a go. And that's what Evertonians love to see.
But that's what you want, that's why we've grew up. You know, we can go down and name wide players and centre forwards down the generations. That's Everton Football Club, is creating chances, work hard, be aggressive, but be aggressive in your play. As you say, if you get the ball, go past players, get crosses in, try and get the ball out. But he's got a real cute thing. He's only 22, but he looks about 32 in his head. Yeah. By one touch or no touch, just get the crosses in. It's a shame Calvert-Lewin's not playing, because again, he'd be on the end of it. But Anthony Gordon, I just keep saying to Anthony Gordon, you keep getting the penalty area and he'll find you. So we've got a youthfulness about, not just up front, I think over the park. Great to see Patterson getting a run out. I hope he plays well. Makalenko, look again, he's settled in. So I'm looking forward to it. As I say, you know, these are what seasons and games are all about, in history, and who's going to be talking about it in the pub later, who played well. We've just beat Chelsea. The team at Goodison Park dropped 2 points, so we can go above them if we get a win. And you know, that's what it's about. But you know, great to see, you know, the club playing its part. We've got flags around the ground. Supporters are always different class here, but we need the players not to be apprehensive. You know, be positive, put Chelsea on the back foot and play to our strengths.
That's what we want to do, isn't it? And obviously, Jordan Pickford named captain today. He got save of the season against Chelsea and kept us, you know, not only in the game, but, you know, very much kept us alive in the league at that point. He'll be looking forward to playing against, you know, someone I've got to mention for them, Raheem Sterling, obviously. It goes out saying we know he used to play for before City as well. He's going to be one we have to watch. But do you think Pickford will revel that challenge as well?
Well, it is. That's what good players do. You know, you raise the bar. You want to play against the best. You want to show that you're the best. But as you said, Sterling's got a great record against us. You know, I hope we can lock him in the dressing room, to be honest. But you've got it where that's the challenge. That's where, you know, is Patterson going to go beyond him? Is Makalenko, is Sterling going to track back? You know, we need the ball, but we need to play, as I say, with an aggression, with pace, power, but get crosses in. But as you said with Pickford, Pickers kindly played in my charity golf day. And I said to him at the end of the season, I said, you're one of the major parts that kept us in the league. And he certainly was. And all he said was, we've done it with a team. And that's what it's about. You know, get sorts of players with the character of Pickford in. It'll do me all day long. But today is a bit special, as I say. We don't want to be inconsistent the way we were last year. We want to turn up for Goodison, make it a fortress, make every team fear coming here. But as a home club, we want to go out there. And as you said before, when we get the ball, express ourselves. Go forward, don't worry about it. If there's a bit of grass there, you run into it. And in that penalty area, challenge, bite, do anything you want to do, get in there and finish any ball that comes in. But I'm really looking forward to today. I'm optimistic. And as I say, forget about the ones who can't play. Get on the side of the players who can play today. And as I say, get behind the lads, and I'm looking for a win today.
I love to hear that. I love the optimism. You always get me fired up, Ronnie. I always say, get you in that dressing room telling them to bite, do whatever they need to do. But that is it from me and Ronnie. Stay tuned. Plenty more coming up for you here on Everton Live. Well, Giulia, we're together now. How was fan zone? How the ball over there?
It was brilliant. It's been so long, hasn't it, since we've had a proper fan zone, and we've really missed it. Everyone was rowdy, so yeah, I think it'll get rowdier and rowdier as the season goes on. Yeah, so see you in a couple of weeks' time again. But brilliant.
Brilliant. I'm so glad. And obviously Chelsea kickoff's just around the corner. Quick prediction from you.
I'm going to go 2-0, and I'm going to say Dwight McNeil opening his account officially and Dele off the bench. What about you?
How do I top that? I mean, I hope yours comes true. Listen, I would take a win by hook or by crook to get the season started.
On someone's backside, doesn't matter. Yeah, it's been brilliant. So, yeah, as you can see, everyone's warming up behind us, so we're good to go.
Brilliant. Well, that is it from us here at Everton Live. Giulia smashed it in the fan zone. She will see you guys there next week. I'll see you from inside the stadium. All that's left to say is commentary is going to be live on evertonfc.com. Come on, you Blues.
Come on, you Blues.
See you at Notts Forest.
'cause we only know that there's gonna be